Hello, everyone. Hi. Oh my gosh. I sometimes will go through this world and I feel this heavy energy. And I'm like, whoa. And it takes me forever just to kind of maneuver around and I'm really slow. And then all of a sudden it lifts and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Now back to life as usual. I'm pretty sure other people probably have this same issue. I just seem to notice it more and more in my older years than I ever did before, especially right here, right now. So stay tuned. I am going to do some remote viewing, but first, I really want to introduce you to. Hi, everyone, real quick. As you know, I always love introducing new tarot readers on YouTube, and this is Deborah's Blue Tarot. And I'm going to have her give you a little synopsis of what she does on her YouTube channel.
Hi, everybody. This is Deborah with Deborah's Blue Tarot. I have a new channel here on YouTube. I am a political reader, and I would love for you to come and join me. My tarot cards, my dowsing rods, and my pendulum await.
Sounds good, everyone. I hope you join her. I will put the link in the description and also in the chat. Well, anyways, I hope you go and follow her. I always love to introduce new tarot readers. Anywho, there's one question here. This one's really interesting. I got so many questions. I can't do them all. So I'm going through and I am going to definitely uh, ask and get some videos going. And when I do collaborations, I'm definitely get those questions going. But here's one. It says, "What is going on with the highest ranks of the Pentagon?" That's interesting, right? They have to know about the traitor, clear and present danger. I would like to know what the higher ups are doing too. So I thought that that would be a great little um, remote view. So many of these questions are kind of coincide with each other. A lot of people want to know when Trump is done. I've done several remote views on that, but here we go with this one. Okay, so what are the higher ranks at the Pentagon? Um, they have to know that the traitor is clear in present danger. Yeah, they know for sure. Okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath. Ugh. My first going into the energy, my hands are burning. I mean, it was really evident, like burning. So I had to like wipe the heat off. So whatever that means, they're doing something. Their hands are busy. I thought maybe that their hands are tied, but it doesn't feel restrained. They're burning like on fire, like they're doing stuff. Doing stuff. You know what I mean? Like they're like fires coming from their fingertips. So, anyways, I just thought I'd say that. Here we go. Take a deep breath. Oh, ah. I they're showing me the movie of the Stafford wife, where everything is lined up, all the lawns look the same, all the vehicles are nice. The wife is in heels holding children. It was weird. So that it looks like the Stafford wife's movie. I've never really seen the whole thing, but I know about it. All the husbands coming home at the same time. They're just continuing on while I'm watching this video, so I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Protocol, protocol is the word. I just heard it three times. Protocol. Okay. They're oh right in the middle of my remote view. It tells me we're not going to deviate from protocol. That's what they just said. Thank you for that. Let's move on. Okay. So there's a soldier sitting in his desk and he has a cigar in his mouth and he literally looked up at me and goes, "Do you think we're gonna let you know?" But he looks like he's like in the 50s or something, but he's like, "Do you think we're gonna let you know?" All right, I'm coming out. That's the shortest remote view I've ever had. So they're very strategic. Like they Ugh, I can't make this stuff up. All right, I'm gonna do some remote some cards on that. What should I do? Let's do my haunted house deck. Let's see what comes up. Let's see. Not the right deck. As soon as I shuffled it, it said not the right deck. All right, so I'm gonna go with my other one where it says, "What's the vibe?" Yeah, this feels better. So that's what sometimes we do. Like, oh, I want to try this deck. We start shuffling, and it's like a no, and it's not. It's like knowing, like this doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel right. It does. So we're gonna grab 3 cards out of this deck. Just cut it one more time. Spread it out. All right, I'm gonna pick one right here. Love affair, dirty little secrets, down low. All right, let's pull another one to see if we can figure out what that means. Pentagon, love affair. It's almost like they're like, we know who he's collaborating with. We know who he's talking to. We are very aware. That's what it kind of felt like. Okay, here's the other one. Daydreaming. Heading into the clouds, delusion, hopes and dreams. Yeah, him collaborating with them, it's like they're telling us that's his hope and dreams. He's daydreaming. He's delusional. All right, one more. Kind of like the first one. Masculine energy, authority, discipline. Huh. With that father figure. Well, you guys have asked what the Pentagon, what they're thinking. They know they're in power. They know their own power. So, yeah. All right. Well, this one's a new one. This is from Canada. So, the Canadian here, this is from somebody from Canada. Inspiring Nines want to know why Pierre, and I can never say his last name. I even butcher a good name. So, uh, Poliveria, you guys look it up. Okay. The conservative leader of the official opposite party refuses to get his top level secret clearance. What was he hiding? All of the other leaders passed their security clearance. He lost his seat in the recent election, but is trying to stay in power. Let's look at you, Mr. Pierre. See what's going on with you. Raspberry tea. Okay. Whew. He stinks. It's like body odor. I mean, I just literally, it's like I go into his thing and he's like, you need to take a bath. So I don't know if that's true, but if somebody can confirm that, the boy stinks. So Okay, here we go. I'm trying to whiff that away. Like, I don't want to smell it throughout the whole thing. Blech. Okay. It takes me to weird places that I once I go into the energy, I'm trying to figure out what it's showing me. But as I was going in, and I always like to just report whatever I'm seeing, whether it makes sense or not, I don't care. You guys get to hear it. Uh, it was it was dark purple red, dark purple blue, dark purple. I mean, it was like that. The dark and the purple, like black and purple, were the same colors, but it was red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. I don't. That was weird. So maybe somebody from Canada understands that dynamic. Is back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So okay. Oh, honey, honey, honey. This is obvious. Okay. I literally saw the Russian flag. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you the scene that I saw. I was like, a Russian, getting into a limousine. For some reason, that Russian has a spotlight on them while they're getting into this limousine. Yo, dude, Pierre, is crouched down, and the Russian guy is trying to hide him, and he kind of like bends down and sneaks into the limousine without being in the spotlight. That's the scene that I just saw. Is he short? Because because I feel like he was able to like scurry in like a little mouse. And he gets in there and he sits down. Phew, that was close. Okay. I'm trying to get into more of his going on in him. It's like I'm in the limousine with them. I'm like sitting there with like watching them, seeing what they're doing, and he is like white as a ghost. Um, like he's in trouble. Um, he's white as a ghost. Very afraid. He's looking at the window and he's just staring out the window and they're not really conversating. I'm waiting to see where they're going. He goes, okay. So as soon as I said that, they hurried it up. And he's at a motel, but I'm not sure. He must be in Russia. I don't know if he's in Russia. I don't know. It's all a secret. All of it. Okay. Russia. All right, let's come out of it. Very cliche. What is he doing? Yeah, he's trying to build blocks. So I don't know if this guy's short or something, but he's like he went over there and picked up another stool and he put a stool down. And then he picked up another stool and he put another stool on top of that. And then he climbs up onto this stool and he's really, really, really tall now. Um, this be metaphor for trying to keep in power, trying to look bigger, trying to gather more troops, trying to have an illusion of being big, better, and best. This maybe allude to his ego. Um, but I have a feeling the reason why that security clearance was probably not a good idea for him was that they would have found some sort of trail back to Russia, and it would have exposed him. Hence the reason why I'm thinking he's trying to put blocks down and climbing up and being taller. He has a very delusional way of looking at things. Um, Fanfare, faking it. He was 100% going to allow Trump to take over Canada. 100%. He That's the reason why Trump said that he wanted to take over to Canada because he saw this guy winning. They literally saw this guy dominating Canada and he was really going to get in. Promises. Okay, out. Okay. Well, that was very interesting. That man is not to be trusted at all. That is a message to Canada. At all. Let's see what the cards say.
Has been detected near your location.
My weather thing. Lightning has been detected near your location. All right. Here we go. What is this? Longing, missing, let's talk, reunion. Yep. I don't know. He's got ties to Russia. 100%. Russia has tried to compromise anybody. Stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. That's the reason why he's all worried in that limousine, in that drive. It's like white as a ghost. Doesn't know what to do now. This one. And this one here, yep. This one, I can't really read that one. That one says time, delay, reconciliation, too busy, procrastination. Sorry, procrastination, time. Well, that is self-explanatory with that guy. He is trying to get in. He knew what he was doing. He's very compromised, unfortunately. Okay, so here's another one. Trying to get through as many as possible. It says I like the idea of doing the Supreme Court. One, because what are they going to do about Trump? Will they reverse all the powers they give him or they gave him? And two, how do they feel about Trump saying he has no problem arresting judges, including Supreme Court judges? Okay. Every time I go into the Supreme Court, I always see Judge Roberts. He uh he has a flatline personality. I don't know how else to explain it. There's nothing really to him. He's a yes boy. Um, Anyways. Okay, here we go. I don't know what it was. I keep on waiting for the feeling or for the thought or for the energy. It's like it captures me, but then nothing comes through. I was like, what a waste of time. So let me take a deep breath, go into all of them and see how this all goes. Oh, Supreme Court. They're all playing hopscotch together. I have no idea what that would mean. But they're literally all playing hopscotch together. Trying to find out what they're throwing. What is it that you're throwing? It looks like it has gold on it. I'm trying to figure out like an emblem. It's a round something with gold on it. Almost like it like what they used to hit their gavels on or something maybe. But it's something that they're throwing and they're playing hopscotch. What does that mean? And they're all in their robes. They're like children playing hopscotch. Maybe this is symbolizing new territory, that they have to see who wins, um, who's who has the more balancing talent, who can do the obstacle course the best. I don't know. These are all things that are kind of coming up. As I watch the Supreme Court justices play hopscotch in the middle of the room where all of the seats are, all of where they all sit, it's like in the middle. They're all doing that. Okay, come up out of that. What else you guys got? They're not worried. I'm like waiting for the question, like, what are you guys doing? What's going on? What do you think about this? Not a one of them is worried. Like, like they know that all of this, most of this is like BS. Like, there's no weight in gold to that. There's nothing to that. There's nothing to that. They're like, okay, I'm going to go. I'm heading to Roberts. Kavanaugh, Clarence. He went like ashy gray color to him. Like somebody rubbed a whole bunch of ashes on his face. I don't know what that means either, but he's all gray. Like nothing. Justice Clarence. Ketanji Brown. She's beautiful. She's glowing. I'm going to Roberts. Ooh, another alcoholic. I just saw him pull out the drawer and get his glass, put it back in. Another alcoholic. I don't know if this is this symbolic or what, but he's literally putting together a Lego set. He has his plate, he's putting together like a Lego village or something. That's what he's doing. His make-believe world. He has a make-believe world that he thinks he is constructing. I'm just saying what I hear. And it's plastic and it's made out of Legos. Okay, I'm looking at his body. I don't normally get medical stuff, but I'm looking at his body and his one of his legs is like a slight drag, like a stroke of something. I don't know if it's already happened or if it's going to happen, but his leg is dragging like a stroke. That's exactly what I hear. Maybe in the future, maybe he's already had it. I don't know. But he's having medical problems. I'm trying to, nobody's addressing the Trump thing. Nobody's talking about the Trump thing. They are literally taking it as in, psh, whatever. So I'm not sure they're taking this serious enough as we do. I'm just not. And I'm talking about all of them. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna come up out of that. Okay, I'm gonna go for my regular cards, my tarot regular right away and see what's going on. I'm still baffled at hopscotch. I know you guys will be able to clarify a lot for me and hear what you tell me what you see and what you hear and what you felt when I was watching them play hopscotch. All of them. Okay, here we go. I like doing it this way now. A lot of people are like, I can't see your cards. Valid. Okay, let's see this one. What do I have there? Oh, see? Now that's a good card to know that they're moving away from the turbulence. They have a long journey. They travel to over waters, the recovery from an illness, or near death. It says on there. It says harmony, restore, and help. So they're restoring the health. The Six of Swords is that moving from turbulence to calm, and they know how to do it. Okay, go with that. What else we got? Oh, I like that one. Sometimes when you come across the cards, they feel hot or cold. Hot to me, I like. Cold, I'll pick the cold ones too. But oh, transition, hangman. So there's two ways of taking this, and my first thought was that they will hang. Can't say that on YouTube. They will transition away from him and hold him accountable. A new perspective, surrender. Well, there's also transition, but surrender and retreat is also, will they make him surrender and retreat? A different viewpoint? They're not holding Trump's viewpoints. Suspension of activity. Now that's probably more important. Suspension of his activity. Ooh, that's a good message. I'll show you. It says suspension of his activity. I have a thunderstorm going on, so perfect. Okay, let's see. One more. What's this one? Oh, Chariot. And again, the Six of Swords moving from turbulence to calm. The Chariot is also a conflict with him, with Trump. It's also a victory card. Mental control, emotional balance, changing direction. This is really good stuff. These are really good cards for the Supreme Court against Trump. Shocked, not what I expected, but it just seems like they're all kind of coming together more than we think they are, which is weird. So, Injustice Clarence looks a little ashy gray. I don't know, maybe those two Roberts and Clarence are having medical issues. I don't normally pick up on that, but what can you do? Okay, I'm gonna do something really weird and strange for me. I'm gonna try it. What can you do? Somebody asked me, hey Sheila, how about remote viewing on Stonehenge? This kind of breaks us away from the political stuff, doesn't it? Some say that the Duries perform ceremonies there. It would be interesting what you would pick up. Thanks and many blessings. Thank you, Sharon. Why not? My first impression of Stonehenge as I'm asking for like information on Stonehenge was like somebody looking down in the heavens and they were mapping our planet. That was the first thing. Does aliens come into play? Absolutely. Does what does aliens mean to them back then? Back then they didn't think they were aliens. They didn't have that concept of an alien. We come up with that concept. So there was that. I was just got a visual of like somebody else from the heavens looking down, mapping our planet, just like the rover is mapping Mars. And that's kind of how they did it once they got down here. They put markers in here. But let's see what it says. I know. Sheila, you just come up with the weirdest crap. I know. I'm aware. Okay, here we go. Stonehenge. Ooh, the stones are they're glowing. I mean, the first up, they are just like this beautiful, illuminating, bright, yellowish yellow glow. And it's coming from the earth up. Like the part that's glowing the most is in touching the earth. And then it comes up, and then the top is not as glowy, if you will, as the bottom half. Wow, okay. That's unexpected. What else we got? We see the people around them. It just told me there are no human and never been a human alive that knows how these stones got there. I just heard that. There's never been a human that has lived that knows exactly how those stones got there. No matter how many stories are told, no matter how many this, that, and the other, they just told me there are no humans that really know. They were higher. They're showing me a structure that was higher, built higher. I don't know how high because it kind of goes up and then it kind of disappears. So I don't know how high, but the structure looks like it was built higher. Okay. Ooh, now it's all green. At night, it has a green glow to it, like really pretty, as if the earth had a color coming up from the earth, it would be like this, and it's green. Okay, what's underneath that? Why that spot? I didn't get an answer. I asked if it why that spot, but I didn't get an answer. It's almost like it was just the spot we picked. Yeah, that was the feeling of it. Um, what else am I allowed to know? They just told me that the rocks used to be alive. I don't know what that means. They used to be alive. Now they're dead. They used to be able to come up, touch them, and they felt they were alive. Wow. All right. Okay. What killed them? Time. Okay. Was it an animal or were the rocks? This is the weirdest stuff. Please tell me most rocks were alive. Most rocks were like they're talking to me like it is nothing back then. Most rocks were alive. They were alive. They did stuff. And they lose their life. I don't I'm trying to figure out who's talking to me. But it's like a who am I communicating with? All-knowing source. Okay. Okay. Are there any other rocks that are still alive? Not many. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is going to be the weirdest thing ever. But this is what I got told, and then I'm ending the remote view because this is the rocks come alive when these people or entities or whatever used to be on the earth. It was them who created live rocks. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't need medicine, I promise you.
Detected near your location.
Heavy rain. I promise you I don't need medicine. That was so exciting. I would love to go back and talk to that entity again someday. I hope I'm allowed to. That was fascinating. Okay, onwards, Sheila. I just had an experience that was fantastic. All right, I'm gonna get out my, what's the vibe? I think those are real. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oop, spread it out. Cut them again. Spread it out. Spread it out. See, now they're cold. Now they're cold. What's this one? Female energy? Nurturing, Mother Earth, gentleness, female energy, Mother Earth, nurturing, mothering. Oh my gosh. How did I get a card that coincides with that mothering live rock? Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. That was fantastic. No, nope. Oh, okay. Here we go. What does that say? Settled, secure, wealth, established. Established. Stonehenge was established from an established species, from established people. Well, it was clear that there was, okay. Possibilities. Follow your dreams, make up your mind, believe in yourself. That's the message from Stonehenge. Possibilities. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you.